and you had put pressure on a pre-flop raiser who called, and you were pretty certain that they have an overpair like jacks or queens, when the river comes at 10, a lot of people just give up with 5-4. But I think that you can sometimes turn your hand into a bluff there, because to them, the 10 even looks scarier, right? It's like, oh, now I don't beat. He got so lucky. I don't beat a 10 now. I got pocket queens. And you see a lot of people just give up at the end with bottom two when the top pair on the flop gets counterfeit.
Raise 20 total.
Station says, holy blank, I feel sorry for Nicole's husband. She is so annoying and stubborn. Tell us how you really feel, Station. Raise from George in this hand. 3-bet from Sean. Sean just likes to pound, you know? He hits one person and he doesn't give up. He just keeps pounding him and pounding him and pounding him. He did this with JC. Now it's on to George.
Heads up.
George hits top pair.
Well, that would have been interesting if that was 9-deuce-3. And Sean checks. I mean, if you're the 3-better and you've got pocket threes and a 9-4 deuce board comes out, I think that you're forced to bet, aren't you, with threes? George actually checks top pair again. He's inducing a bluff, and I don't think George is going anywhere.
No, not after Sean checked behind. Yeah. I mean, Sean almost would have had to like 3-barrel this in order to get George.
I got to tell you, if the river was a brick here below a 9, if I was George, I would bet this river and make it look like I've busted. I would bet this. Well, now it's top full house C. Oh my God!
Wow!
I totally would have bet that river. I totally would have bet that river, made it look like I was on a busted draw. But Sean has moved all in. He's moved $1,000 into a $300 pot.
George checked and Sean went all in. And look at this guy. I mean, liquid courage. Can we look
How
over?
much is he only has 400?
No, he has like 1,000. He keeps adding cash. Ooh, nice window.
I don't
Good
understand.
job, Brian.
No, yeah, he's got money behind.
He's got.
Brian, get a shot of the amount of money.
There, it's like.
Yeah, no, he did shove for like 1,000.
Yeah.
That's insanity.
And I mean, Sean, he's got some major balls or some liquid courage, probably both. Like, holy crap. Good for him. You don't see this at this level ever.
I don't know if good for him, but I mean, what would you think if it went check, check, and then he bet the turn, bet the river? Like I said, I would have bet the river with Jack 9 here. Tried to get called by Ace King. Instead, George checks, and I had fully expected it to go check through, but instead, Sean has turned his hand into a bluff here, which is insane. But he's made so many crazy plays here. Zebo theorem, which is a theorem by online player Zebo, says that nobody can fold a full house here. George has got top full house, and you've seen crazy action, so is he going to fold?
Yes.
You think
Even George, who is very actiony at times, I think he can find a fold here. I think this is a great play from Sean. One that is really tough to make. I mean, if you think about it, how many times have you made this kind of play? Not very many times in my life. I can probably count on 3 fingers how many times I've made a play like this in my life, and I've played for almost 8 years now.
I'm getting recorded. I'm definitely
it's tough to make this call.
I mean, usually you don't have to lay such a price and no limit. Like it's like 1,200, 900 to call, which means you're getting 1, 2, 3, 3 to 4, which means like you have to be at least over 45% to make this call. Because at no limit, usually people bet the size of the pot. Like in pot limit, you couldn't make this bet. He would only be able to bet like 200. But this is a huge, gigantic overbet.
If anybody is capable of making this call, it is George. He will play the player. And he will really feel it out.
Fold, I'll show.
Oh, no. And now Sean said if you fold, I'll show. That might make George call.
You're probably going to hate me, but I'll buy you a Long Island. Or vice versa. I don't know.
Call the clock.
He said he's calling the clock on himself.
He's calling the clock on himself.
The clock, please.
Calling the clock on himself, yep.
By the way, Nitty says that she thinks my husband's lucky. Thank you, Nitty. I love you. You tell Station.
What happened, guys?
Clock on. Sit.
And then they had Jeopardy music.
Yes.
Oh, Bart. See, you know, it was really fun. If you are catching this in the archives, you should catch it live. Because not only do we interact with you verbally, Bart will text chat with you, and he will call you a douche, which he has done to one of our live chatters right now.
I mean, this is just so unorthodox, this particular hand here. I mean, there isn't a whole lot of... I mean, you almost think, like, hey, do you wait for a better spot?
You do. That's why this is such a great play from Sean. You absolutely do if you're George. Why are you going to put 1,000 in with your 9 here? It's just, I mean, that's why it's tough to do. You say, oh, yeah, this is easy. Sean just, you know. No, it's so tough when you're in Sean's spot to do that. And George does fold. And Sean chose.
I think everyone knows how aggressive this guy's playing now, right?
Jack 9. He thought I had it too. I know he thought I had it.
I thought you had a pocket.
I know, but you know what?
Buy the button.
That's how he said, you know what, that's how you do it. And Sean's right.